Good afternoon. Welcome to CraftStash Live. We have got a really exciting collection for you today that we are launching with the designer. She is here waiting to see us on Skype as well, so we'll pop over and see her in a minute. We are looking at Christina Griffiths' Card Making Magic, the brand new collection. So this is, I've got some here, look. Beautiful. It is the perfect panels and the lovely layers. There's an awful lot to this collection. You've probably seen through Facebook over the last week, there's lots of ways to win the whole collection, elements of the collection as well. We've got demonstrations. We're going to be looking at some beautiful inspiration cards made with it as well. So don't forget to tag, to share, do all of these things with your friends. So make sure they are watching as well. So hi Debbie, thank you for joining us today. Now I am able to see your comments, so I'll be able to chat to you as much as possible. We also have the lovely Maria as well in the background. She's hundreds of miles away from me at the moment, but she is online also chatting. So where you see the CraftStash coming up in the comments below, that is Maria. So say hello to her because she's still quite new to the company. We want to give her another warm welcome. So we have got winners to announce from earlier in the week from other collections as well. So if you've entered any competitions that are on Facebook this week, make sure you stay tuned. I've got lots of announcements at the end. We have actually got 4 winners for elements of this collection this hour, and you are going to be able to win that simply by commenting on this feed. So you don't have to comment anything in particular, but I would really like to know, let's see, okay, so what is your favorite element of this collection? I'm sure Christina, she's going to be joining me in a minute, she'd like to know as well. Maybe give her some ideas for the next collection. Hint hint, Christine, if we can get that going. So let's first of all have a look down here at what we are looking at with these perfect panels and these lovely layers. If you've not seen it already, it's a huge collection. So hello everybody, I must just keep saying hello to you. So we've got Linda, we've got Lynn, we've got Cheryl, we've got Stephanie, Brenna, Shelley, Terry, Donna. Hello to everybody. Thank you so much for all joining us. So we have got, first of all, the beautiful circular panels. Now the idea with this, I think Christina's actually going to go through for us in detail more what is with each die. So we've got the elements here. Obviously these are not to size, okay? This, you can see this is a big die set, but these are not to size. So Christina is going to be able to show us exactly how large everything is, how everything works, because I understand the images on the front of the packet don't show everything to their full potential. So you can hear, I think just a little bit, you can hear Christina in the background there rummaging around, probably still designing and playing with all of her collection at the moment, but we'll go to her in just a second. So then we've also got the rectangles. Now they are stunning. I love that we've got like this almost Art Deco feel here. They are beautiful. I have examples as well that I've made with these. We'll have a look at those later. Some more people joining us. Hello to Sandy, Geraldine. We've got Jules. Wendy, have I said hello to you? I'm not sure. It may be another Wendy. We've got Claire. We've got Ursula. Hello. Good afternoon. I have to say afternoon. So we are also looking at the gorgeous square panels as well. They are beautiful. We've got the triangles too. I don't want to go into too much detail with these because I want Christina to really show you what the collection's all about. We've of course got, with Christina's collection, we have words. They are stunning. And do you know what I love about Christina's words? If I just bring in here some pieces that I've die cut, can you see the size of them? Okay, they are not small words. The packaging is always misleading because we have to squeeze it on into a certain size image. But look how large these dies are. They are beautifully clear dies. So they are fantastic. And of course, all the most used words that you're going to use on your cards, your scrapbook pages and things like that. So then we've got some beautiful Filigree Flowers, the die sets. And with Christina, what she very often does is gives us those backing layers as well. And then we have a Filigree Fancy die set, which has the rings in there, the doves. This dragonfly is stunning. Again, let me show you the size of that dragonfly. So you can see the dragonfly die here. This is actually the size of it there, cut on a card. So hopefully you can see get more of a gauge for the size of that there. So they are not as small as we're seeing on the images. They are beautiful dies. Now we're coming to the embossing folders, which is fantastic for your matting and layering, for fitting your panels. So if we have a look at our square panel here, fitting those panels inside of these squares so you can line everything up beautifully with the embossed background. So we have this in the square, we have the one that fits the circles as well. We then have those triangles and we have the rectangle panels as well. Now, lastly, in fact, I'm going to bring something else in to show you these, but we have the stamp sets. Just so you can see them a little bit more clearly, let me bring in, we've got Butterfingers here today. I'm going to bring these in. So these are, I'm hoping on the black and white, you can see a little more clearly what's on those stamp sets. So we have got, of course, the imagery. So we've got the squares and the circle imagery on here that will fit beautifully within the panels that you're die cutting. And then we've got the rectangles and the triangles on here. Just hello to a few more people. We've got Julianne, we've got Pamela as well. Judith, I'm not sure if I've said hello to you. I try and say hello to everybody, but of course it's impossible. We've now got 207 people watching at the moment. I wish I could say hello to you all. I do feel as if I need to make you all, or at least offer you all, a cup of tea because you're in my lounge. So welcome as well. I don't know when we'll go back to normal, but I do welcome you all open arms, and I'd love for you a cup of tea and biscuits, but it's just not going to happen. So the thought was there. Shall we pop over now and see if we can see Christina? So we've linked up with her. So hello, Christina.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Let me just turn you up a moment. I'll turn your volume up there. There we go. Hopefully we should be able to hear you okay. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Brilliant. We've got lots of people watching today, and right. With the comments, I don't know if you can see the comments as they're coming in on your phone or anything, but yes, many people are excited to see this collection.
I'm so glad everybody's got here and it's coming over Skype. This is something completely new, and let's hope it works.
It's quite new for us as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think it's working. I think we're working okay. We're here, and hopefully everyone can see and hear us. We soon do get notifications if people can't hear us. Everyone's really friendly and helpful like that. So all good at the moment. So
it seems strange that you're all the way down there, Maria's way over there, and I'm here in Blackpool, and there's people from all over the world watching this. It's brilliant,
isn't it? I know there's people overseas who actually tune in. They set alarms to tune into these Facebook Lives. Something very exciting, which I haven't told you about yet, Christina, but I'm sure you'll find out a little while later, is there's going to be some big changes to CraftStash Live very, very soon, as of next week, because we've got the birthday celebrations. So yes. Everyone tuning in today, I must encourage them, and I'm sure you will with your huge fan base as well, to watch next week as well for that announcement and all the big birthday celebrations and big giveaways too. But this week we are looking at your brand new collection. So perfect panels and lovely layers. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
It's stunning.
It's a massive collection.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Could you just tell us about like the inspiration behind it and what you love about it?
Well, the inspiration behind it is that I like to do lots of layers on my card, and I'm quite lazy at measuring, and I usually get it wrong. So once I got it correct, I thought, well, the easiest way to do this now is to create a die that will do all this measuring for other people. And so this collection of perfect panels was born, and there are an awful dies in each set. There are 18 dies. This is the rectangles, and there are 18 dies in this set. So you've got layers that will fit there on your 5x7s or your A5 cards. They will fit on your A2 cards, which is what Americans like to use. You can also use these on your square cards. In fact, you can use these on just about anything. Brilliant. And they are brilliant. They cut really well and they fit together perfectly.
Fantastic.
Perfect panels.
Perfect panels and lovely layers. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. So do you have a favourite?
Yes, the rectangles one.
Which one, sorry?
I love the rectangles.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, I can see one just behind you, the yellow one.
Yeah,
oh.
I just move out the way. you've got these samples here, and these were the rectangles ones that I did a video with. So they'll be on my blog, and they're on YouTube. And this is the circle one that you're going to see me make today.
Excellent. Yes, we actually have that already recorded as a video, so we'll come back
Yes.
and watch that shortly. I think my favourite is the circles one. I don't know why. I think it just looks like a lace doily.
Yeah, well, there's just a plain circle one.
It's gorgeous. So that's not using any of the pattern panels.
Well, it is. It's using the circle, the triangular ones.
Oh, of course, yes. Lovely.
So I've cut the circle base, and then I've put the triangle pieces on the top.
Beautiful.
So there's lots of different ways you can use it.
Beautiful. We've got a lot of people saying hello to you.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm sure you'll go back through the comments later on anyway. So we're going to come back to you shortly, but we're going to play a video before we come back of that demonstration for you. So if you don't mind holding tight while we have a look, and we'll come back to you in a little while.
I'll go and make everybody a cup of coffee.
Oh, thank you very much. It's my least favourite job is making a cuppa, so thank you. We'll see you shortly.
Okay.
So I've also got some offers to tell you about before we see that video. Now today, let me just turn Christine on because we do have lots of phones going on here. So today we have of the day. So this is our card making magic deal of the day today. So we have the die bow set. Sorry, crafting magic. Card making magic. I'm going to get this right in a moment. Card making magic. The die set. It's the bow set, and there's 12 dies in there. It was $13.99, it's down to $8.99, so that's an amazing deal. We also have, I'm reading these, there's so many that I'm having to actually read all the details. We have 40% off of card making magic bundles. There's selected bundles on there. Don't forget, I'm reading through all of these deals. If you're struggling to keep up or make a note of everything, once we've finished this live, you can pop on over to CraftStash onto the website. That's craftstash.co.uk. And you can have a look in the bargain section. There's now a brand new tab that's Facebook Live, and you can go and have a look at all of these deals I'm mentioning. They are all there for you to have a look through. So it's all in one place for the week, so you know how to find everything. But also we've got this deal on the perfect panel bundles. So there's the dies and the embossing folders that match. If I show you what I mean by the dies and embossing folders that match, so we've got the, let's see, so as I said, we've got the embossing folders squares, and we've got the dies squares there. So the squares from this will fit inside the embossing folder. So this would be a bundle. That would just be $27.99. Now, if you buy one bundle, you can then get either one of the filigree die sets or the word die sets. They're the smaller. I just want to show you so you know what you're getting. One of these die sets for half price. Okay, so there's lots of deals over there at the moment. Lastly, so card making magic, you probably know if you've been following Christina for a long time and all of her products, she has lots of embellishments. There's ribbons, there's stickers. There's now 15% off these as well. So it's well worth heading over, stocking up, filling in the gaps in your collections if you need to as well. So what we're going to do now is have a little look at the demonstration video from Christina using that die that she was talking about. So let's just have a look at this.
So for the card, I'm going to use the Perfect Panels and Lovely Layers Circles set, and words in the word section. Colour scheme is going to be blue and white, and just to give you some idea of what we're aiming for, this is the card that we're going to make. And we'll put some blue flowers on it instead of pink ones. So before we do any die cutting, let's just take a look at the dies themselves. Now look at these large ones. This is just a plain one, and it has a cutting edge around there. There is no cutting edge along this side, which means that this will all cut this piece, this area, and the rest of it will stay in your card. And this one is exactly the same. There's no cutting edge along there. In fact, the only one that has the cutting edge is the stitched one. The rest of them don't. And of course, these large fancy panels will also cut the pattern into your card. Now, all the others up here will cut just as they are, but these are in quarters, and so you can see which pattern you wish to use and you can choose accordingly. Now, these two have got cutting edges around them, but one is on the inside rim and the other is on the outside, and so that is going to give you two different panels of two different sizes so that you can layer them together. So I'll just cut them and show you what I mean. So the one with the outside edge has cut the pink card, and the one with the inside edge has cut the white one. And now when you layer these two together, you have a very small border just around the edges. And it really is worth telling you about this, because I don't want you to buy these and think that they don't work properly. They do. So don't forget, the ones with the no cutting edges will keep the patterns in your card. The ones with the cutting edges will cut it out of your card. Now, once you've done that, if you want the pattern in your card, take the smaller one, line it up with the die that you wish to use, and run that through your die cutting machine. And once you've done that, you have the pattern in your card ready for you to add to your panels. So we'll just get all the little bits out, and then this can sit on the front of your larger panel and create a lovely design. Now, this is a stitched set, and this is also the same. This stitched edge is on the outside of the card and this is on the inside. If you look, there is no cutting edge, and so this will only cut the pattern into your card, and I'll show you what I mean. So once that's been run through, you have that pattern in your card, but it's not cut it out. So you will need to look very carefully at your dies so that you can make them work for you. So to make our, the first thing we're going to do is take a piece of card. This is just an A4 piece of card, and for my American visitors it's just the same size as your, I think it's your letter size. So it's a big piece of card. So we're going to fold it in half along the long side. Now, we're not going to cut it down yet because we're going to place these dies in the centre, and then we'll cut it down once we know exactly what we want. So you need to decide which of these patterns you want to use, and we'll get that out, and we'll take out the scalloped edge with the non-cutting side that goes along it. So now we've got our score line, we can open this out, and we're going to place our non-cutting edge on that piece of card, but we're going to leave a space on each side. So this is what I mean about working out how big your card is going to be before you cut it, because if you cut it here and it's too short, you've wasted a piece of card. We'll tape this down so that it can't move. So once we've done that, we can very carefully remove the washi tape. We can take the die off, and now we've got a card with our fold in it that will pop up. And in the top of that now we're going to add our pattern. So we're going to cut this just along there. Now once you've done that, you can measure that side, or you can eyeball it to that size, and you're going to cut your card down to this size. Now with the piece that's left, you have enough to cut this again twice. So once we've got to this stage, I'm taking the blue card and I'm going to lay it onto my open base, and I'm going to leave just a small border around the top and the bottom and make my little marks, and then I'm going to cut this mat on the trimmer. So we've got that in place on our card. Don't glue it down yet, don't do anything with it except keep it in place and flip it over. And then if you raise this a little bit, you can put some marks in there that will just show you where you're going to place your die. And then once you've done that, you can pop your die in there and cut that through. So remove your pencil marks, and then you can snip along the sides just up to the cut. So that now creates a panel for the back. It also gives you a panel for the front. So you're just going to measure that one out so that it leaves just that small border. And we'll trim that down to fit the front. Now with both of these panels, I don't want them plain on my card. So I'm going to put these through an embossing folder and then put them in place on my base. So with my pieces ready now to put on the card, I've gone ahead and cut some flowers and leaves, and I've also cut the sentiment on your special day, and I've cut that 3 times, and I'm going to stack those together to give me a nice solid sentiment. So I'm just going to add some ink to the edges of the flowers. So I've shaped and glued my flowers, I've got my leaves, and I've stacked my sentiment. So now we can start to put everything together. So let's start with this front panel, and we'll add this to the front of the card. So we'll add that along there, just leaving that small border that we've created. And on the top of this one, we're going to add in one of our panels here. And make sure that everything lines up so that you have a nice neat pattern on the front there. Now the reason you're adding this panel is to strengthen this piece on the top. So once you've done that, you can turn it over, and this piece is going to go inside there, so that once the card is together, you still have a nice neat panel in there. You may need to trim this piece along the top just a little. There we are. And then the last piece that goes on is this piece on the back. And there you've got a nice strong card that will stand and look really pretty for you. And now we're going to decorate it. Now I'm going to wrap mine with ribbon. So I'm going to put my ribbon around here, and I'm going to put the join on the front, which is not the usual place to glue in the join. But we're going to cover it with some flowers and leaves and a bow, so that will sit along there and be very neat to finish off the card. So I've tied a little bow, and there's the join, and that's going to sit over the join. Now we'll have a dry run with wherever we want the sentiment and the flowers, and then once I'm happy I can glue them in place. Now I'm just going to add some little blue pearls into the centre of the flowers. Put one on the back. I've been using a clear glitter pen on the flowers, and people are asking me where they're from. And CraftStash do have them. This is the Wink of Stella. This is the one that's from Crafter's Companion, and this is from Tonic. And Tonic do a clear one they also do a gold one, and the gold one is really, really pretty. So you can take your pick. Have a look on the CraftStash website, you're sure to find them. So I'm going to add some of the clear glitter to the flowers, and that'll just make them sparkle a little bit, and you can see the difference in the shine. So there we have a finished card. So I've added a little blue and diamante gemstone to the middle. The inside of the card is fancy as well, and we've got a flower on the back. And you will find that this card will fit into an 8-inch square envelope. No problem at all. Now I went ahead and I created a box for mine, and for this box I've used the A5 Complete Card and Box die set, and I'll cover that in another video. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, please join me on the next one. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
She'll see us really soon as well, because she's on Skype with us still at the moment, keeping this. She's just sitting there really patiently. Before we come back to her, I just want to show you some cards that I made using that exact same collection, just so you can get an idea of the different styles that you can do. So here's one I did. This was actually the very first card I made with her collection. Now it's hard to tell on the camera, but if I hold it like this, hopefully you can see there's that semicircle in the middle that I've recut again, and I've actually snipped into it and layered it up with some silicone glue, or you could use some very fine foam tape around there to almost do decoupage with the doily. I've added the stamp in a lilac and then some pre-made flowers, but of course we do have the die set from Christina's collection with those flowers in, as you saw her just using. And then I'm sure Christina will run through what she's made with them as well in a moment when we go back. But I've made this almost like a wedding invitation here. You can open it up. So this is using, because the two sides, of course, don't cut. She showed us on the die, didn't she, Christina, that one of the edges don't cut away. So you could easily make this out of one panel of cardstock if you want to, with that stamped sentiment in the middle. And then very, very similar, more elegant this time, because we've got like this this glitter, almost this, what's this colour? I don't know what you call this colour, but the beautiful neutral colour. And I've just used a little bit of Velcro as the bow, so that bow always remains absolutely perfect. Of course, you can put a panel of white in there and do some colouring. Now, you'll have to excuse my nails this week, because my daughter, being off school, has had a play with them. And I know that Christina's had some nail issues as well this week. And it was noticed as well on the video that she had blue or inky nails and hands. And do you know what? That is just a sign of a true crafter, isn't it, when you've got messy nails? Now, we're halfway through. What I want to do, first of all, before we go back to Christina for another chat and have a look at some more of her samples, is to just announce 2 winners. Now, these are not from this collection. We'll announce those 4 winners from these comments at the end. But there was a chance earlier in the week, I believe it was on Wednesday, to win the Province collection from Christina's Card Making Magic. So we have 2 winners of that, one from Facebook and one from Instagram. So the names are, make sure I get these right. So from Instagram, if your handle is at SteffiPat60, then you are one of the winners. And on Facebook, it was Terry Kelly. So congratulations to both of you. If you drop CraftStash a message, then we can arrange for everything to be sent off to you. So today, like I say, we have got 4 winners for elements of this collection. So usually we only have 2 or 3, so we're expanding the amount of people we're giving product to, so that's really exciting. We'll also have a huge competition as well running over on Craft World at the end. Very often on Craft World, once you go over there, you need to answer a question about this video. So don't pop over there just yet. Wait till the end of the hour, because there'll be something in this video that you need to comment on over there to win. And that is to win the whole of this Perfect Panels and the Lovely Layers collection. Okay, so what we're going to do now is pop back to Christina. Now, I saw a little sneaky peek of a friend she had in her craft room, and I wonder, is she still there?
Yeah, she's still here.
She's still there. So can we see her? Yes, please. Because I think most people like me are animal lovers. and Christina has her best friend in her craft room with her, and I think you'll all appreciate seeing her. Isn't she gorgeous?
There's my baby.
There's her baby. And what's her name?
Ruby.
That is Ruby. Oh, look at those eyes. Look at these. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So many people are saying they love to see your craft room and things like this. So I think we all love to see insights into your real life away from studios and cameras and things.
Well, I've actually cleaned the craft room up today because I knew you were coming.
Well, thank you very much. There was no need. I don't bother. But so can we have a look, if that's okay, at some more of those examples that you've got sitting behind you, please?
Yes, you can.
Sorry to make you move again.
That's all right. This was the first one that I did.
That's stunning.
On the video I've done, I did this one so that you can see the difference. It's only slight differences.
So
It does make a difference.
is that one using the embossing folder?
This is the rectangles and the embossing folder.
Beautiful. That's stunning. So you've just flipped the design, have you?
Yes. And to go with them, I actually made boxes for them.
Ah, perfect. So they fit inside nicely.
There's acetate inside it, and they actually fit quite neatly into the boxes.
Oh, gorgeous.
Can you see me down here?
No, we can't.
Oh, there it is inside.
Beautiful. So which box is that? Is that one of your boxes from previous collections?
Using the A5 box set because
You can make big boxes with this, but there's also a way to make smaller boxes with it as well. So this was the box set that I used to create the boxes for these, and I will do a video on that in the next couple of weeks.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you for that.
So I've also used that A5 box set to create this box. So that's what I mean about making the different size boxes. This is just a little square one,
Lovely.
but it fits this card beautifully. And this is using just one of the panels and a border from an old collection, which was a lacy die, to decorate that card up.
Gorgeous. That is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love the different looks you can get from everything.
There's so much difference. There's another of the circular ones.
Ah, now I've just looked at my circle ones, but I didn't think about doing it. So that's similar to how you just did it on your video. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I never would have thought to bring the back of the card up to make that full panel on the front.
Yes,
really
it's just different. And if you use, what have I done with it? If you use the same die and cut it twice, like I've shown you on the video, you create the panel that goes inside to tidy it up.
So pretty. And you know what, there were so many lovely comments on that video while that video was playing. I don't know if you were able to sit and read through them. So many people commenting on how well you explain everything and how clever you are with your papercraft designs, and also how well these dies cut. All of your dies across the Card Making Magic collections. So, I mean, they are top quality dies, embossing folder stamps, aren't they?
They are, and this is such a. I really, really, really love this collection with all the bits in it. It's just so fantastic. And as I explained in the video about the non-cutting edge and the cutting edges, all the sets are the same, so you do need to look at them carefully, because if you put one of the dies in your machine and you bring it out and it doesn't cut, it's no good thinking that it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just the way it's been designed, so that you can keep the pattern in your card like this.
So that's really handy that you've explained that, because like myself, I wouldn't think to look at the die and work that out. So thank you for telling us how that
It's
works.
the same with the little ones as well. In the video, when I show you the little quarter ones, one is on the outside edge, the other is on the inside edge, and it makes just that little difference to the border. But as I do a video on each set, I will explain each one to in the video.
Excellent. And where can we find those videos? Would they go on to CraftStash YouTube, or will they be?
No, they'll be on my channel. They'll be on
yours.
Christina, and I also put them on my blog. I I do some for CraftStash, but they are exclusive to CraftStash.
Of course, yes.
And Craft World, they're exclusive to Craft World. But the videos that I'm talking about to explain these dies will be just there for everybody.
Excellent.
So that if they buy these dies, they know exactly what they're going to get and how they will work.
Can I just ask you, someone has queried, how tall are the rectangle panels? Do you have one there with you to measure? Otherwise I can do that.
What do you want, the card? I have to get up and get a ruler unless you've got one handy.
I've got a ruler and I've got the dies in here. Well, actually what I'll do is I'll measure the embossing folder, because the front of the folder will have the rectangle on it, won't it? I should imagine.
Yes, it does.
So bear with me, because I've got my mat here. We are looking at them being, they're about 6 inches tall, aren't they?
Yes, they're quite big.
They are a really good size. So hopefully that's answered that for whoever was asking.
And obviously, sorry, Lou, sorry. Obviously, you've got different sizes in there.
Yes.
So that's your big one. That will go on your 5x7s. This is fatter but shorter, a bit like me. That will go on your square cards, and that is smaller still, and that will go beautifully on your A2 cards. So you've got all this in one set.
Fantastic. So really all your different card shapes and styles as well, they can fit onto.
Because although there's like the 3 sizes, you've got 2 designs in each size. Excellent. Plus all the different cutting edges that you need. So you've got a vast amount of choice. It's an absolutely brilliant set. All of them.
Noticed, and I don't know whether you planned this purposely or not, with these collections, there's both florals and sort of geometric and almost masculine style design panels in each set.
Yes.
So you're covering everyone with these, aren't you?
Well, yeah, because I always get a lot of questions saying, how do you make cards for men?
Oh, yes.
And although some of the cards that I put on the blog can be adapted for men, just change the colours, leave the ribbons and the flowers off. Yeah. But these, this one is specifically very male orientated.
It is.
Can you see it?
Yes, so we can see
very
that
masculine die, yeah.
Fantastic.
But yeah, there's quite a lot.
I'd like to lastly, before we sort of say goodbye to you, I'd like to just skip back a few minutes to a conversation we were just having. We were talking about Craft World.
Yes.
I'm going to direct everybody over to Craft World, as I have been a lot recently, to enter a competition based on this video. But can you just tell me what you like about Craft World and what you do over there?
You go on to Craft World and there are people that like the same kind of things as you. Everybody that does card making has a particular thing that they like. Some might like stamping, some might like die cutting, others like decoupage. And you will find a forum or a group over there that deals specifically with the bit that you like to do. So if all you want to do is stamping and you want to talk about stamping and get tips and hints and advice about stamping, or even give that advice about stamping, you can find it on there, and it's easy to use.
And we can find you over there doing what? Do you do videos, do you not?
I do, yeah, I do videos that are exclusive to Craft World. You won't find them anywhere else.
Ooh.
And I try and answer questions, or, try and interact as much as I can. But time's been just a little bit limited recently. I know we're in lockdown, but I've had lots to do.
Of course. Well, haven't we all at the moment?
Yeah.
But so there's yourself over there. We've got lots of our friends over there as well, haven't we? So I know Olga Directorenko is over there. We have Helen Griffin is over there as well.
Helen Griffin is, yeah. Helen Colebrook is.
Yes, there's so many of us, isn't there, over there? Very often you'll find one of us online chatting, posting things, commenting and helping answer questions. So thank you for your insight into that. I will let you go now. I'm going to do a little demonstration and then we'll almost be wrapping the hour up. So I'll let you go off and see to Ruby, and thank you ever so much for joining us and showing us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking me.
And I will be speaking to you very soon. I hope you can join us next Friday for the birthday celebrations as well.
Oh, yes. 5 years. Yes, I'll be there.
Brilliant. It will be great fun. Okay, thank you very much, Christina.
Okay, Lou, nice to see you. And everybody else. Bye.
Bye. So thank you again to Christina, and thank you all for joining us and joining Christina and sending in comments for her, questions for her as well. So just to make sure we're still there because she hung up. So what I'm going to do for the last part of this hour is now it's my turn to have a go at demonstrating with this collection, which should be interesting. So I'm going to I'll bring you down. I'll drop you down to this camera here. So for this one now, I've already got everything pre-cut. It's going to be a very, very quick card. Now we've seen Christina's cards. They're very much as we saw. So we've got the beautiful doilies. We've got, I've got the dragonfly panel here. Now I have made all of these myself, inspired by some of Christina's dies there. But what I wanted to do now is do quite a modern card. So if you prefer your more modern contemporary designs, which is something that I very often go to as well, which I often find easier and quicker to put together as well, then you can try this technique too. So I've got a 10-fold card here, and I've cut 2 of her panels. Now these are from the circle set, and they're absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to bring in my CraftStash glue. So I've got the tip with the fine applicator there, but we've also got on the bottom here, not that I'm using it, but I love this glue, so I have to show you every week. We've got what I call the smeary tool on the bottom there for larger panels. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this panel down here all the way along the edge and quite a bit through the center as well, so just blobs. Now there's a lot of detail here, and gluing this detail down every part of it is quite difficult unless you have something like a spray glue. So it's a really good idea to just dot glue, and I'm not even squeezing it, I'm just almost letting it come out itself on the larger areas of the design. It would take you ages to try and get every little piece, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just go on the larger pieces, little tiny dots, and that will be more than enough, particularly with this glue, to hold everything down. So I'm going to place that onto my card, leaving a little gap there, and stick that down. Now that won't take very long at all. So just place something heavy on it for a moment or so, and that's all. Now don't forget, while I'm pressing this down and getting the next stage ready, I just need to remind you of all of those deals. So if you're loving card making magic products, particularly the set that we're showing you today, the new collection, we have got the Card Making Magic die bow set. There's 12 dies in there, and that is now down to $8.99 on CraftStash today. So that is our deal of the day, so it only lasts for 24 hours. We have got some die bundles as well. So with the bundles, you're looking at the dies and the matching embossing folder. That's a bundle. So the circle dies, the circle embossing folder. They are together for only $27.99. But if you buy one of those bundles, any one of the designs, you're then going to get one of the filigree or the words sets half price. So there's another bundle. Yeah, I am bringing in a yellow plastic beaker. I'll explain this in a moment. There's also 40% off selected Card Making Magic bundles. So have a look through there. And 15% off some of the embellishments, paper flowers, ribbons and stickers. Now, if you pop over to CraftStash, go into the bargain section and you're going to be able to find all of those there. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little bit of watercolour. This is my beloved cup. This came from my nana years and years and years ago. She got it from an airport, and it was what I always used to have my blackcurrant in when I went round to my nana's house. Okay, so I keep it now as my water cup. It's very old, so I can't have anything else having my paint water in, I'm afraid. So it's not the prettiest cup in the world. I'm sure you've all got things around your house like that you keep. Now what I'm doing is I'm just using a brush and I'm just putting a little bit of water over the background here. So it's going onto the backing of the card. I'm not using a watercolour paper at all. This is just my white cardstock because I'm not going to saturate this too much. I'm just dampening everything down. And then I'm going to come in. I've got Ecoline watercolour inks here and paints. You can use Ecoline, or you can use, if you've got paint that's you know, in your pans, your more solid watercolor paints, you can use those. But what I love about this technique is that the color actually sits into the design. Now I'm going over everything here. I'm going over the background. I'm also going over that die cut image too, and I'm going to mix my colors, my blues and my greens. But essentially what I want to do is make sure that the color that I'm putting in is only sitting in this semicircle. Okay, it's going to take me a little while to do. I may not even get to finish this. So just water that down and just make sure that everything's sitting inside this semicircle that I've put down. That's the reason for putting that down first and cutting a second layer. We're going to be able to layer over the top afterwards. So just dragging water. And I love how well these blend as well. There we go. So really making quite a contemporary card. Now, I need to discuss with you, while you just watch me do this quickly, I need to discuss with you next week. Something very exciting is happening, and I don't want to jump ahead too much because we're not quite there yet. But next week, you need to be joining us. We're going to have the lovely Sam Colcup joining us, and she has got a brand new collection. If you've seen it at all, she has just launched her new brand, Made to Surprise. Okay, it's really, really beautiful, really good fun. Talking of surprises, we are going to be celebrating our 5th birthday, CraftStash's 5th birthday. Okay, now if you imagine the prizes that we give away on a weekly basis at the moment already, the hundreds of pounds worth of prizes we give away, imagine what we might be giving away on our 5th birthday. Okay, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to have, I was discussing this today, we're going to have balloons, we're going to have party hats, we are really going to have a proper party, and I hope you can all join me there because it is going to be so much fun, and the giveaways are going to be absolutely phenomenal. I use that word a lot, but they are going to be absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to speed this up quickly just so we can get finished because we're getting to the end of the hour. You can see I've just been mixing the blue and the green, really just making sure as much as possible that colour is going down into the gaps between the leaves and the flowers that we've got there. Okay, this takes a little while, so I think we are just about done there. Okay, so I'll put my lovely plastic cup away. I'm just going to whiz this dry with a heat gun very quickly. Now it's just water on paper, so it's not going to take long, so just please excuse the noise for 2 seconds while I just whiz this. That's enough. I think that's enough. So what's going to happen now when I place this panel over the top, and you see that beautiful background we've got behind there, we've got the watercolor background absolutely covering that, looking very, very stunning. So that's beautiful. I love that effect. Now what you'll do is you'll take your glue in the same way, glue that down, and then I've got some black words I can just lay over the top. Now this is using Christina's collection in a very modern contemporary way. Okay, so very, very simple, not too much detail as you've seen Christina do, but just like that on your birthday, if you glue those down, that would make a really modern card. I mean, something very, very contemporary there. You can even, if you want to, you can splat a few of that watercolor around too. Now, you don't have to do that with watercolor either. If you've got alcohol pens, you could really have some fun coloring in the gaps there if you wanted to as well, with your alcohol pens, because that would, I mean, it would take a little bit of time. It would be therapeutic for you. It would look like a stained glass as well. So that would be lovely to do too. So let me just come back because I have got to announce some winners. So I have my winners here. They've been sent to me. So today's winners, okay, where are we? We're at 10 to the hour. So yes, we're okay to announce them then. So we have got 4 winners today. Usually we have 2 or 3. We've got 4 today. So the first winner is going to be, and this is 4 elements of this collection. Okay, so you're going to have some of this collection sent out to each of you. The first winner is Geraldine Kennedy. So well done, Geraldine. You can either drop CraftStash a message through Facebook, or we will eventually contact you and arrange, find out your address and get these posted to you. So if you drop us a message, at least we've then got it. The next winner is Kate Lee. Well done. So Kate Lee spelled Lee. So congratulations to Kate as well. Same applies for yourself. We've got June Woodhouse. Well done. Congratulations as well, June. You are also going to win a selection of these. And then we have Shelley Yolden. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm sure you'll know if that's you. Again, drop us a message if you can, if you have time, and we will arrange sending these dies and these stamps and embossing folders out to the 4 of you. We'll get a selection of all of these together for each of you. So congratulations. Don't forget those deals of the day. Now, lastly, we have got one more big competition that you can enter after watching this video. That's going to be over on Craft World. Now, we heard Christina talking a lot about Craft World, and she absolutely loves it. I love it as well. It's the sort of place that I go to, usually, to be honest, of an evening. Once my work's finished for the day, I'll sit on there. It used to be other social media platforms, but since Craft World's come along, I tend to go over there now because the people on there are crafters. They are people who want to have a chat about the cards they're making this weekend. They want to have a chat about their favourite embossing powder, how they got that embossing powder to stick when my ink won't hold the powder on, all these different things. That's where you're going to find other people, like-minded crafters to chat with. So that's Craft World. So if you pop over to www.craftworld.com. Okay, when you first go in there, you'll need to sign up to access everything. You'll only have to do this once, and all we need to do that is an email address, and you'll need to set yourself up with a password, as you would with any site, and it's completely free. Okay, I think at the minute there's about 4,000 or 5,000 people on there, so lots of friends for you to meet, obviously not face to face, all through the wonderful world of the internet. But there's many celebrity crafters over there. As we were saying, we've got Christina over there, we've got Olga over there, we've got Helen Griffin and Helen Colebrook over there, we've got many more. We also have all of the magazine editors over there, so that's Creative Stamping, obviously Simply Lettering, because that's myself. We have Simply Cards and Papercraft over there. There's loads of them. Die Cutting Essentials. I can keep saying all of these, and it's not just paper crafts either. There's you can do sewing, crochet, all these sort of techniques and crafts as well. Pop over there, you'll find all your experts over there doing exclusive videos. You'll be able to sign up and you'll be able to chat in forums, ask craft questions. So maybe you've got a question about your die cutting machine, it's not cutting properly, or you're having trouble with it. Ask in there. You're more likely to get a really quick response from people who know than you are on any other platform. There's also exclusive deals, offers. So you join these CraftStash lives through Facebook with me. You join these and I give you deals. I give you offers for the day, okay? But there are deals all the time over there, and they're only for Craft World viewers. So pop on over there. Now, if you go over there at the moment, what I'd suggest is if you scroll, once you've signed in, you've got yourself a little icon and you've got your name on there, go down to the very bottom and there's a little link that says offers and competitions. What I suggest is you go straight into that. You're going to be able to see all the latest competitions and offers, okay? And there will be the competition to enter after watching this video. Okay, so now what you'll need to do is answer a question about the video. So I'm sure you'll remember it will be a really simple one as well. Pop your comment in there, and then someone is going to win the whole of this panels and layers collection from Craft Making Magic. Okay, so make sure you pop on over there. Now, next week, as I've explained to you, next week is really exciting. We have got Sam Calcott here with me. She's going to be here as I am with Skype. We're going to have balloons and poppers and parties and all sorts. I hope you can join me with your party hat on as well, because CraftStash is going to be 5 years old. As I was saying, you know the sort of prizes we're giving away, the value we're giving away all the time. If you love these giveaways and these competitions we run, imagine the sort of prizes we are organising at the moment, ready for our 5th birthday. It's going to be huge. In fact, I'm going to have to arrange some sort of courier to collect these prizes and take them to the winners, because they're going to be massive. Prize value, I will shout when I get it, because we haven't actually added it all up yet. There's going to be a lot of fun going on, but you're also going to be able to see Sam's brand new collection, Made to Surprise. So she's only just launched this recently, and we're going to have a really thorough look at it and have a go through. We'll have some demonstrations and things as well. So please do join me again next Friday at 1 o'clock. For now, I will leave you all to have a lovely weekend. Don't forget to enter that competition on Craft World to win the whole of this card making magic. I want to say thank you again to Christina for joining us, and thank you to all of you, because you are absolutely wonderful. It's you who makes these shows with all the comments, entering the competitions. We love you all, and we'll see you all again next Friday. So take care, everybody, and have a great weekend.